Today's video is sponsored by SaberHub. If you ever needed a place to get lightsabers and other Star Wars items, this is the place to go. If you're asking what SaberHub is, it is a website integrated as a marketplace solely for Star Wars fans. You can buy, sell, and offer your services on this website as well. It is the one place you can buy Star Wars related items instead of shifting through all the websites and other groups out there in the internet. We offer highly quality detailed organization through the website, and it allows you to find exactly what you need in the Star Wars universe. The website is saberhub.org. The link is in the description below. If you have any questions, check them out on Instagram at saber_hub. I will leave their Instagram and their website in the description below. Now on to the video.
Have you seen Star Wars?
It's kind of funny to think about Solo: A Star Wars Story as a movie that came out in 2018. Not only was it a dud in the box office, but some days I forgot it's even a movie that we fans went to go see. If you remember the lead actor that plays Han, it's a guy named Alden Ehrenreich, and a lot of his fans were skeptical about someone else playing the role of Han Solo and replacing the legendary Harrison Ford. Now, I don't love Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo. I think his performance was okay, but some fans really enjoyed Alden as Han, and in an interview with Esquire, they asked Alden if he would ever return to the Star Wars universe as Han Solo, to which he replied, "It depends on what it is. It depends on how it's done. It depends on if it feels innate to the story." For a while now, there's been a push from a small section of the Star Wars fans that want a sequel to Solo: A Star Wars Story. Some would like to see Han's story continue, and others would just like to focus on Qi'ra and Darth Maul's story, and I prefer the latter if we're being honest with ourselves. I think it's an uphill battle trying to pitch a sequel to a Solo spin-off film, considering that the first one was the first Star Wars movie in the history of Star Wars to lose money. That's not great marketing material, and making big budget films like a spin-off on Rogue One or a spin-off on Solo, they're a lot riskier than making a spin-off series or a show on Disney Plus because you have no box office numbers to worry about, and the competition is really small. One of the big reasons a lot of people felt like Solo: A Star Wars Story did not do well was because the Avengers movies were coming out around the same time, and there was a Deadpool movie that also came out. So it was just a rough time to release the film. The production behind it was messy. There was little to no marketing. Making another film like that is a lot of risk for Lucasfilm. Would you rather lose $50 million on a film, or would you rather minimize the risk on PR, at least when it comes to the bad marketing around something like Solo and the bad perception that fans have, and instead of doing that, you just make a Disney Plus series where you're not really risking a lot, and if there's something that goes on behind the scenes, it's not going to affect the movie and the box office numbers as drastically. I really think that if Lucasfilm was doing anything with the story that was introduced in Solo involving the underworld gangs, it would be a spin-off series focusing on Maul and Qi'ra, since you have Emilia Clarke as a lead and the fan favorite Darth Maul getting more attention. I think Emilia Clarke is a fantastic actress, and seeing her in Game of Thrones as one of the main leads, if not, could she be considered the main lead of the whole show, actually? I really don't know. But in general, she could be a great marketing material tool. I don't feel like Alden would be as good for marketing in terms of a show or even a spin-off film like Emilia Clarke would be. And as we reported on this channel, my sources told me back in, I think it was early 2020, that Ray Park is being actively looked at by Lucasfilm to reprise his role as Maul in some live-action capacity. It makes sense that a series based around Maul and Qi'ra in the criminal underworld is the way they would go, and that's where we would see Ray Park reprise his role. So it is possible that Han can make an appearance in that series, or maybe even in the Cassian Andor series that comes out next year in 2021, but I doubt that will happen. Production for that show began again this month, and we haven't heard anything about him reprising his role, and he hasn't really been donning that Han Solo look, if you will, in preparation for it. Alden did tease, though, a little information about him reprising his role by saying, "I've heard some stuff, but nothing concrete." So it does seem like there's interest in him returning as Han in a future project by Lucasfilm, and we know that Lucasfilm wants more live-action Maul too, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It's also kind of funny because in this interview, Alden reveals that he hasn't seen Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, or The Mandalorian show, so it's pretty clear that he's only watched the Star Wars movies that came before him, and he even said in this interview that Solo was kind of the last conventional Star Wars movie release date, and he's kind of right. One of the reasons we didn't get the Boba Fett spin-off film that was supposed to happen many times, and they just kept delaying it, was because Solo: A Star Wars Story was a flop in the box office. We probably would have gotten a Kenobi spin-off film, we probably would have gotten a Boba Fett spin-off film if this film had done what Rogue One did and made another $1 billion in the box office. Will Alden Ehrenreich return as Han Solo one day? If I were a betting man, and I don't know that I am, I bet we're going to see Han return in a few episodes of the spin-off series surrounding Maul and Qi'ra in the year 2023. That's just a shot in the dark, but I think it would line up pretty well, and it would be 5 years after the release of Solo, giving it enough time for more nostalgia to kick in, to set around the film and all that. But tell me your thoughts below. Do you want to see Alden reprise his role as Han in future Star Wars projects? Should he get another spin-off film like Solo, or just make an appearance in one of the many Star Wars shows in the making? Tell me your thoughts below. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe because it does help out the channel. I'm Star Wars Only. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you all.